take the ride. Take the ride. For more fun, you better subscribe. You never won't miss the vibe. Take the ride. Streams are fun, more fun, you better subscribe. You never want to miss the vibe. Scrolling through my feed, looking for a good time. Hatcher on YouTube, dropping truth and rhyme. Passion for magic, he's playing the cards right. Live stream so funny, keeping us up all night. Waking up early, smelling bacon in the air. Gotta start the day with a savory affair. Evening rolls around, time to chill and unwind. Tune in for chill streams, my relaxation you'll find.
What's up, my friends? The Stream Deck is not working properly, so it just popped through some random screens. Anyways, here I am now. It is me. I have made it through my technical issues, and we're gonna have a nice chill stream tonight and talk about how Magic is headed in the wrong direction. Because, I mean, bro, the stuff that I was looking at today, it's pretty ridiculous where we're at. Anyways, let me grab the live stream link, share that in the Discord, and then we will go from there. Oh, the Discord is... Apparently I'm a step behind. I don't even have Discord open. Let's see. Let's see what's going on here. All right, there we go. Now it's up and running. Okay. All right, there we go. That should be good. That's this. Yep, that's perfect. Okay, excellent. And switch that up. The stream is functioning properly, and we're good. We are good. So cheers to you, my friends. One moment. A little bit more of that delicious Earl Grey before we get started. So, hellos are in order. Greetings to Jess, Fisher, Kensugi, Zircon, Shelton, Error, Millmaster, Teferi, Cosmic, Golbez, Yamagoro, Octopus, Cosmic? Did I already say? Yeah, I already said that. Kevin, Otto, Joe, bum 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 bum. Bo Falcon, Everyday, Dragon, bum 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 bum. Tomahawk, Gossett. I think that's everybody. I think that I said hello to everybody effectively. I mean, that's as close as we're gonna get. Because there's no going back in time. There's no time travel. If there was, that's exactly what I would use it for. Jess, you think Magic's just going it's just not going the direction I want it to go? Well, you're definitely right about that. When I'm talking about it going in the wrong direction, it's definitely going to involve the bias of my own personal preference. There's no disputing that fact. So I'm not going to pretend like one of the big issues I have with what's going on with Magic is the complete tonal change from swords and sorcery into modern-esque worlds and just aping concepts that already exist in terms of a universe beyond, basically. But it's not universe beyond because we just say it's not. And then you end up with this cognitive dissonance inflicting lore that is ultimately incredibly disappointing. And I mean, I stuck with Magic for decades. So I have a pretty good bead on what feels like Magic and what feels divergent from that. So yeah, obviously it's going to be based on my perspective and where I think the game should be going. But it's not like I'm representing some weird contingent of people who are, oh, I think Magic the Gathering should be about rutabagas from space. Well, who else feels that way? There's a lot of people who feel that where Magic is going is strange. It doesn't resonate with the stuff we've had in the past. It's unfortunate. I want to love everything. I want to enjoy it all to the max. And I was fully ready to make lore videos on the Aether Drift story, but I don't really feel currently like I can do anything other than maybe wait until all of the stories are done and see if there's enough in there to warrant making a video about it. Like I read today's installment of the story, and it just felt like virtually nothing happened. They didn't have like the main race. They just had a little race, and they ate samosas, and Nissa and Chandra cuddled, and somebody got Vraska showed up, and Chase showed up, and are like to the one chick's dad, hey, you want to be in charge of Kaladesh again, don't you? And they're filling his mind with illusions, just going, hey, why don't you tell us your plans? Wait, don't bother. I actually read people's minds like it's nothing, bro. That's how Jace is talking. It's all of it is just so... It's almost nothing there either. And the modern stuff, like Sita's dad goes and gets his Aether Blaster. Like they're trying so hard to not really... Oh, it's magic, but it's all like techno stuff, like the current stuff. You know, kids, check it out. It's really rough. That's what it feels like. It's just brutal from a story perspective. Like, I've already accepted the fact that it's going to be a situation where I'm going to hate this world. I'm going to hate this setting. And they're not going to write in a way where I'm going to feel gratifying payoffs that make me appreciate what's going on more. This is going to be really dumb. Like, Chandra's there talking about, like, getting caught in traffic and all this stuff. And you're just sitting there going, you're a planeswalker. And we followed you through some, like, huge adventures, some small adventures. But this is just mundane and stupid. You want to win a race? You want to win a beep beep vroom vroom race to get this Aether Spark? Like, nothing has happened. There's 2 installments of the story are already done, and nothing's happened. And guys, I haven't even gotten to the real travesty. The real travesty is loot. Loot is back. Loot is literally in a box, just like bolted onto the side of the Valgavoth team that they sent out. And Winter's being mean to Loot. And Chandra goes, you should be nice to that thing. And I'm just, inside, I'm fucking dying. Just dying. Millmaster Super Chat says, Magic the Gathering as a uniform, cohesive game and intellectual property has turned into diarrhea filled with random bits. This is undeniable. It really has changed so much. Like, I was reading the story today, and multiple times out loud I went, oh, fuck off. You know? It doesn't feel exciting. The writing a race, like, I want to be very clear. I'm sure there are some talented writers with some interesting subject matter where they can make, like, a car race seem interesting with the writing, when like car chases, car races, those kind of things are much better from a visual perspective, right? It's kind of funny that the stream got blurry as I was talking about a visual perspective. It's kind of poignant. Let me fix that. But hold on, that's actually totally sidetracked my brain and what I was thinking about. So I'm just going to resolve that first. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to try and get back on train with what I was saying here. What was it? Ba- 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 ba-da-da-da-da-dun-dun-dun. Deedle-deedle-dee-dee-dee. Trying to remember what I was saying. What was I saying? What was I talking about? Anyways, let me put Millmaster. Whoa! All right, I've had a stroke. Though I'm going to be real, the loot thing has damaged my brain. I'm just, and I didn't get as much sleep as I should have. So, yeah, the loot thing. They just have loot. They have loot. And Chandra, just be nice to loot. Oh, no, I've got loot in a box on the side of my car. The race, oh, that's what it was. The writing an actual race. It's just not exciting when you read it. And then she turned real hard. You know, that's basically it. And then she drifted here. Whoa! Oh, I forgot. They gave her a techno suit that gives her the magic juice. And she can suck the magic juice into her. And it'll give her turbo ultra slow-mo time for 2 minutes. So, you know, when you're playing a video game and you get slow-mo time where you move at normal speed and everybody else is in slow-mo, she's got a suit that lets her do that. That was given to her by Chandra's mom. It's so stupid. It's so dumb, man. Your wife says they were singing We Will Rock You in the story. Oh, shit. Oh, you, Gomez. Yeah. Your wife, you know what? She's right. They did the stomp, stomp, clap. Stomp, stomp, clap. They did that. They did that at the race. And I just went, oh! Like, I got to start making notes. I got to start making notes of all the groany shit when I'm reading. Because it's exactly like when I read that, I thought you were just spewing some like nonsense into the chat like people do. Hey, I'm just saying crazy stuff. And then I went, wait a minute. That did happen. And I remember just going, oh, stomp, stomp, clap. Stomp, stomp, clap. And I'm just like, this is multiversal, is it? It's just the thing that they do. This is like the worst. This is the dumbest. It's so dumb. Oh, so yeah. It was a bunch of different elements of the story where I went, this is the written story for a Magic the Gathering set. They're fucking making samosas. And it's just like, they're having samosas and chai tea. And you're just like, okay. Talking about getting caught in traffic. And do you guys have anything Magic the Gathering going on? I mean, you casually revealed that there were slaves just until recently, even though that was never a thing. And nobody's bringing it up. I've seen nobody talking about Kaladesh bring up the fact. And I'm like, am I the only one who noticed the whole, you said these people worked here against their will for no money, right? So we know what that is. Stupid first installment of the story. There are no servants anymore, so it's way easier to sneak in and out of the house. Anyways, after that, my dad came to me and said, why were you getting up late today? And it's like, oh, because my clock didn't wake me up. You should have one of the servants wake you up. I don't want to do that, though, Dad. And then she's in her head, my dad's mad because he has to pay the servants. You said there weren't any servants. Oh, I hate this so much. I hate it. I fucking hate it. The story's trying to treat it like this Sita chick is something special. But what can she do to make us think she's special? Like, drive good? Drive good in a written story where she beats 4 other racers? Oh, no, the ghost people are coming for me. Oh, I'm in first. Oh, now I'm in second place in the race. I didn't win this mini race. That doesn't fucking matter. Because apparently it's not just one long ass race. It's individual small races and then the big race, but they're probably only gonna do like 5 story installments. The story will probably be done at like the end of the week, and it'll just be like, Aaron, wrap it up, fuckers. Like in this installment, they were like, and there's the guys who are like this. Oh, and there's the guys who are like that. Oh, there's those guys, and it's just, oh, this is terrible. I hate it. I hate it. Rex, winter is not dead and Fantasy Geographic lore videos soon. I thought that I was going to be making lore videos each day this week for Fantasy Geographic. That was my plan. I had that scheduled in, basically. And then I started to read it and I went, this is worse than the Thunder Junction stuff. I don't, like, what am I supposed to make out of this? The first two installments of the story have, like, so little. You start out and you go, okay, so you've got the Aether Spark that was created by a chick who could see bad times in the future, creating this artificial planeswalker spark. All right? And then you've got a race where they're going to race for that Aether Spark. Here are the characters. You've got Sita, known as Spitfire. You've got Chandra. You've got a handful of other people. They're going to race for the Spark. Okay, they raced for the Spark. Oh, look, somebody won the Spark. Oh, look, the person who won the race didn't actually get the Spark because Jason Vraska were here and they're looking for loot, but they're also going to just yoink the Spark for the hell of it. Or somebody else is going to end up with it and it doesn't matter. It's just, it feels like nothing. Like nothing. So I don't know what the next lore video is going to be. I don't know if it's going to actually be this story or if I'm just... 2025 might be a year to turn inwards and reflect on the past. And by that I mean going back and doing more old school lore, continuing the Thran story and stuff. So the more I look at it, the more it feels like we are going to be doing the Thran story. But if there is enough story chunks across all of the installments of the story to actually make a story, like, how the fuck am I supposed to make a video with the pointless conversation between Nissa and Chandra? Chandra really liked Nissa, and Nissa really liked Chandra, and they laid together. Oh, how sweet it is to be loved by you, like that song. And then they were there, and it was good together. Oh, but got a traffic jam. So let's eat some samosas. So... like, I'm a magical planeswalker who wants to fling spells. Listen. These ladies are kissing and eating samosas. And you're going to watch it. And you're going to go, aww. It's like, I don't want to watch anybody fucking kiss. I don't care. It's not why I don't play Magic the Gathering for kissing, bro. I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it. The only kiss that belongs in Magic the Gathering is the kiss of death. Or poison kiss. Or... you could say True Love's Kiss. That literally undoes petrification magic and shit. Okay. All right. Fine. Something like that. Something like that. The reason why they don't want to make books anymore is the story is lame as fuck. Well, they didn't want to make books because it costs too much money. And they just wanted to be cheap. That's why they don't make books. But... you are right that currently the stuff they're making could not support a book. It would be awful. Just awful. I tap my samosa and attack with my Ford F-150. Don't you mean I activate my knife and fork equipment to consume one ribeye token to get a +1/+1 counter? Joglum, you've returned. All right, man. Stranded, what's up, man? You're excited about Tarkir. I know that. We'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes. What up, Taser? DeVoe, how's it going, man? So, yeah. Magic's going in the wrong direction with this not magical feeling, mundane-ass shit. Where it's just like, it's like the real world, man. What? Who cares about this race? Who cares about this race? The second installment was just about another race that you just don't care. None of this feels like it means anything. Jason Vraska showing up didn't feel cool. It felt fucking stupid. It's like, you guys are dickhead idiots. Why did you end up in Duskmourn? Like, why were you there? Well, we just went to Duskmourn and lost loot there. Why did you go there, though? Why did you go there in the first place? It's all just stapled together, lazy bullshit with no fucking thought put into it. Just going, clap, idiots, it's awesome. Isn't this thing cool? No, it's not cool, because what you're doing doesn't make sense. Duskmourn was a stupid, muddled mess with fucking Ghostbuster nonsense and other goofy references that make no sense in Magic the Gathering. as they just piss their own identity down the drain, bro. Imagine reading a whole book full of the story. You can't. It's like mental anguish in written form. I would refuse to. I would not read a full novel of this. The writing is shit. Millmaster, exactly. Zero effort garbage, just like Thunder Junction. It's zero effort garbage, and it's like built on nothing. It's built on nothing. It's just fucking car races. So they have to keep mentioning like car references and making it seem like Chandra's like really into driving and shit. And you just go, what? This is idiotic. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Jess, you want to read it to see how bad it is? Go ahead and read it. You know what, man? You might even like it. Here's the fucking thing that blows my mind. This, like, you'll go and look at people talking about this on Reddit and stuff, and they'll be like, I loved this. I thought this part was so cool. And I'm just reading it going, are you fucking stupid? Like, are you really fucking dumb? Like, you thought this part was cool? You're a fool. How do you think this is cool? Like, on one hand, I'm jealous of you because you're just enjoying something, hey, having a good time. And you get to enjoy it when I can't. But on the other hand, you're a fucking moron. And I wonder what your life must be like that this is quality to you? It was so good. This was so good to you? No, it wasn't. It's dog shit. But people said they enjoyed it, so maybe you'll read it and think that, hey, I like this, whatever, right? The cards could be awesome. I expect there to be some fun cards. I expect there to be some powerful cards. There's definitely going to be stuff you play because that's the way it goes now. Every set is going to be amped up with the juice. But good Lord, the story. Like, for somebody who was making Magic lore videos for the longest time, you know, covering the old stuff, and it's like, I'll cover old stuff. And then when new stuff comes along, I'll cover the new stuff. And I covered the change of the name of Kaladesh to Avishkar because I was like, all right, that's mildly interesting from a lore perspective. That's a subject we can discuss from the Planeswalker's Guide to it. And then I was getting ready for this, the lore run of however many days in a row, just banging out lore videos with those stories. But reading the first one, I'm like, I can't do it. I'm just going to be sarcastic or the video is going to be 2 seconds. Like, it's just nothing. It's like the story is just terrible. Terrible. The other story that was about Basri Ket and like a worm and some other people, I was kind of bored by it, but it wasn't screamingly bad like the main story is. Good Lord, the main story is just terrible. And you can only put so much blame on the writer because Wizards is telling them what they want and they're not reading it afterwards and clearly asking for any changes because I don't know how anybody could read that crap about servants and not immediately be like, you just said there weren't any, man. Joel, is anyone else waiting on their Arena Direct Foundation boxes? I don't know. It's definitely possible. Tannhauser, Reddit cheers every stupid law for product. I mean, Reddit does both, right? Reddit will like cheer everything and hate everything. So you'll find people who seem like mindless, I love this, it's amazing, no matter how bad it is. And you'll find people who hate on things that are fantastic too. So, Dow, what do I think about the new Secret Lair Suggestive Island? Oh, that shit is hilarious, man. You got the fucking island, and it's just like, look at that. And then I got people messaging me going, is this swamp a butthole, bro? Is this being stretched up my hands? And I'm like, yeah, Wizards is wild with this one. It's so funny how this is a reject layer where they realize, you know what, maybe this is too much. People kind of like freaked out about that little guy with the spike through him and his fucking dong hanging out. So maybe we should not sell these, right? And then they just went, sell them all, put them in the discount warehouse. But like, they're not really, like, they discounted the first few Chaos Layers and now they're like 10 lands, $30-$40. It's like, really? For 10 basics? You can fucking eat my asshole with caramel and a spoon, big boy. Stranded, you have to head out. Glad to stop by. You and your friends were confused by the ramp breaking apart and the assassin. Oh yeah, yeah. The substandard contract of fucking, the substandard contract stuff. It's all so just goofy, man. It's just goofy. Rex, you feel they get good foundations or ideas for planes that pass off to people to butcher and put silly and goofy story? Well, I mean, at this point, the cards and the world building are all stupid and silly. There's like it's all dumb. It's not like Aether Drift would be some clever set if it was what it was just handed off by the development team. It's still going to be goofy trash. Jess, when does it happen? 3 in the morning? Is that what's going on, bro? You waiting? You waiting to the minute? Fellers, the car goes vroom. It does. Beep, beep. Yeah, Stranded. Each of you read the story, missed certain parts of it. So when you discussed it back, you were like, wait, that happens? I feel the same way. Like, I zone out sometimes when I'm watching a TV show, right? Where we'll be watching a TV show or a movie, and we'll get to a point that's not so good, and my brain will just zone out to other things. Boop, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, right, okay, we're watching this. Well, I zoned out reading the lore today. I literally zoned out and was like, how many paragraphs did I just like move my eyes over without actually absorbing anything? I'm like, back it up, let's go. Golbez, yeah, Momier. It's very random. It's very random, bro. Fisher, do I think we'll get a new version of Mimeoplasm since we're going to Muruganda? It's possible. It's definitely possible. Potts, you love how there's a lore story that's unironically called Pit Stop. Oh, the names of the stuff now, man. And the cards. 5 in the morning, Jess? Is that when it goes down? Oh, you got to stay up late then. You got to stay up late. If you're not up to get it, you don't get it. So yeah, man, this Aether Drift stuff is super goofy. What up, AJ? Muruganda doesn't actually have a ton of cards that reference it. So, not a lot that actually come to mind, honestly. Yeah, Millmaster, I wonder what the hell they were thinking when they commissioned that secret lair. Like, I love how they said the Chaos Vault is where we can experiment and do different out there things. And it's like, that's what secret lair is. That's your description of what secret lair is. And they'll do, I mean, they can't say the truth. They can't say the truth of, well, so, like, we didn't have confidence in these secret lairs before, and we're trying to dump mine, you know. Yamagoro, yeah, Muruganda petroglyphs is like the most well-known reference to that plane. Juggling giant kitty mount like He-Man. They do a He-Man crossover. Who knows? Who knows? Anything is possible. Like, these random things will pop into my head. Like, oh, maybe they'll do a He-Man secret lair. Like, kind of as a joke. But then, immediately afterwards, your brain goes, well, why not? Right? What's to stop them? They've already done so many other similar things. Jess, you got scammed by your fart bottle, huh, buddy? Oh, well, that happens. Yet you gotta be skeptical of people's claims and what they can do. The more grandiose the claim, the more skeptical you should be. The good news is you can literally return things. So there is that. If you do get scammed, you can just be like, no, I want my money back. I don't feel like being scammed. I click undo on the scam. I unscamify myself. Oh, those teasers were goofy, man. Those teasers were goofy. What a weird year for Magic this is. I mean, we're only a couple weeks in, and it's just going to get... I can't even imagine the silliness they're going to be making for sets, man. Dow, you want more artifacts? Well, they're gonna make artifacts in the set, right? Literally, there's gonna be tons of vehicle artifacts for you. So, beep beep, vroom vroom. You need like a little setup with enough room for like 15 cars now. Jess, it was just a smelly thing on top of a water bottle. And a scammer got into your Amazon account and tried to order themselves a $299 gift card, but you canceled it. Oh, that was me, bro. I was trying to get myself a big fat gift card on your account. You shouldn't have canceled it. You shouldn't have canceled that. Rex, now you're thinking next year Wizards, maybe we'll figure it out. Well, we'll see. It takes time. It takes time to make changes. They've acknowledged that there were failures with Markov Manor and Thunder Junction, right? So they did tell us at the same time to expect that 2025 would be similar in terms of its terribleness for the just tropey garbage. And they were definitely right. Because it is. It really is. This Aether Drift stuff, the story's fucking brutal. It's just so boring. It's so boring, and who cares? You're describing a race. What is this? Like, but she drove through an omen path. Wow! It's like paved everywhere now, bro. You know, like Amonkhet, Desert World. There's roads and stuff. It's so fucking cool. I'm gonna ram you into the edge. Oh no, this guy got crushed. His foot got crushed. Oh, it's such a deadly death race. Wow, the guy's foot got hurt. Oh no. Some property damage and a foot hurt. Oh, it's so fucking intense, man. Holy shit. Remember when Phyrexians were raining from the sky killing everybody? Yeah. Well, that guy's leg got hurt, and I'm leaving skid marks out front of your mama's house. Beep, beep, vroom, vroom. Let's go. Doing donuts out front of your mama's house. I'm going to make your mama suck my dick in the back of my pickup truck. I'm going to put a fucking gun rack up there, and I'm going to make her fucking chug it. And then I'm going to kick her down to the curb and go, beat it, you fucking street rat hooker. Like, what happened? What happened to Magic the Gathering, bro? It's cars, and other nonsense. It's absolutely insane. Millmaster, it's a narrative and theme for knuckle draggers and persistent rulers. It's crazy to me that they think that this is actually a good way forwards for the stories. Like, this is going to I get that they're trying to appeal to more people. Obviously, they're like, yo, our demographic has gotten too old in some ways, and Hasbro's looking at them more and more. So with more more scrutiny from Hasbro, it's going to be one of those things where they turn around and go, Look, man, we make toys for kids and stuff. You're not appealing to young enough people. Everything's going this way. Transformers is just selling the toys to collectors and stuff. So, what is the deal here? What like why are you not selling to younger people? You gotta find a way to reach the kids. And they're like, what if we did like race cars? The kids like cars. They like micro machines and all that. So let's do Hot Wheels. Let's do Hot Wheels the set. Oh, what a ridiculous world. What a ridiculous world. I had never in a million years thought, like, of all the things that would happen to Magic the Gathering, then there was some goofy stuff in the past, obviously. Like, sometimes people will point to that as if that makes what's going on right now okay, where you'll have the Titans from Invasion, which were like the Battletech mechs, which I hated so much. And people will go, they had those Invasion block battle mech things, and it's like, okay, but I hated those. So if you bring that up, that's like me saying, hey, the house is on fire and it shouldn't be on fire because you don't want it to burn down. And then people go, it was on fire before. That's not a real argument. You know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, no, see, it's bad. I didn't like that then. If you heard me going, I love the Battletech mechs and stuff, like, then I could see going, well, why, if you liked that stuff then, why do you have a problem with this stuff? But ultimately, it's all the same thing. It's just like, it's all doesn't feel like Magic the Gathering. Rocket launchers, mechs and stuff. The fact that some of this existed in Magic's past doesn't mean that it was good then. And it's not really an argument for why it's all right now. So it feels jarring. It feels strange. It feels like you're watching Star Trek and they're just like, Star Trek doesn't have spaceships anymore. It's not even in space anymore. It's just on this planet. And they don't have any technology. What? Yeah, they use magic. What? Yeah, it's like, does the same thing as technology. Okay. So yeah, Captain Picard pulls out his wand and puts on his wizard's robe. And you're just like, this is Star Trek, is it? I don't think so. And they're like, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It's like, no. Like, you can call it that because you own the name. But ultimately, it's not. Right? It's not. So, same kind of deal. The racing goofy nonsense is never going to not feel like strange and well, I guess maybe not never. Maybe if you stick around with Magic long enough and they put enough stuff into it that you forget what it originally was, right? It's like if you've got like cake batter and then you start to mix in some dirt and a little bit of dirt at first, and then eventually there's so much dirt that you're just like, oh, I mean, I don't even remember what cake tastes like anymore. I just know what dirt tastes like. So another variation of dirt. Short sleeves, you're down for a Hot Wheels secret lair. It could happen. Fast and Furious, Hot Wheels, anything car related. Anything car related. And the funny thing is I like Hot Wheels. I like those little race cars. I actually recently, they gave away on the Epic Game Store the, what's it called game? Well, I guess it's just called Hot Wheels something. But anyways, you're literally like driving around like a Gran Turismo game, but you're in little Hot Wheels cars on those Hot Wheels tracks and everything's to scale. So you're small in like a giant bedroom or wherever the setting is for it. So it evoked a very particular vibe. I like micro machines. It's definitely not I hate cars across the board. They belong in all kinds of things, right? Depending on the scenes and the settings. But I had hoped it wouldn't be as jarring with this stuff, right? But unfortunately, that's the way it's going. That like it's two instances into the story. I'm talking about the written story specifically so far. The cards are going to feel jarring as well, but there'll be less of it because the written story has to be entirely about the races and talking about it, and it's like it's just silly. It feels silly. Not that like talking about magic and all this kind of stuff, like it's literally Magic the Gathering. So I get the whole, yeah, well, flinging around lightning bolts and attacking people with dragons and stuff is also silly. And it's like, I get that. I get that it's all fantasy make believe, but it's just there's a delineation that keeps things what they are. And if you're watching Lord of the Rings and then Megatron shows up and he like backhands Gandalf and he takes the ring and before he can put it on, those Starscream's like, no, I will lead, and then fights him for the fucking ring, right? Like, and then SpongeBob at the last minute bites off Starscream's fucking finger and falls into the volcano, but it's actually like Tostitos cheese sauce because that's branded as well. And then it's like, oh, Lord of the Rings, I love it. Like it's silly. Does Hasbro own Mask? Well, I don't know. I don't know. Hasbro, like, there's a lot of stuff that were Hasbro properties. And I'm like finding more and more of those as time progresses, where it's like, oh, okay, that's a Hasbro property. That's a Hasbro property. But I have no idea if Mask is. That's the one where they have like a gas station that transforms and stuff, right? Pick, you were playing a game with your nephew last month. He's been interested for a while. He doesn't even know what Magic was like before it was Fortnite. Times change. Yep, times change. And just being against change isn't particularly useful. Like, it's not going to get you anything. I don't hate change for change's sake. Like, I don't hate change. Change for change's sake just to change doesn't seem particularly useful, but I don't dislike change. I don't like things getting worse. Things changing into something of equal or better value, sure. But it doesn't feel like the changes that are being made to Magic make it better, right? It feels like lazier. They don't have worries about the long term. And I think the idea is just, we'll just keep putting this stuff out there. The newer generations of Magic players will be used to random whatever. We don't have to spend nearly as much time on story and world building, which at this point, what's even to mourn the loss of? Like, I'm reading this Aether Drift lore going, do we lose anything if they stop making Magic lore? Like, it's insane considering I love Magic enough to have made a historian channel. I literally have another channel that has like 150 different Magic the Gathering lore videos. Like, I set up a channel to have a place to put my Magic lore videos because I felt like Magic lore was underserved and the videos weren't getting seen because they were getting buried under all the news videos. That's how much I like Magic lore. I have all the novels. I like learning the little tidbits. Like, I'm somebody who's super into Magic lore. And if I'm getting to the point where I'm going, do we even need it if this is what it's going to be? That's not a great point. That's not a great point to be at. Sam Hain, Mask is a Hasbro IP. Okay, all right. Al, how's it going, bro? Sam Hain, you're done with most TCGs. Between horrible decisions and everything becoming investment, it's simply just not fun anymore. That's the key thing. Are you having fun? Are you enjoying yourself? If you are, good times. If not, then there's no point in engaging with it. That's something that it's funny how easy it is to take something that you once liked and still be engaging with it without realizing that it's not making you happy anymore. You're just doing it out of habit. It's a thing that you do. And if you actually step back and look at particular things about it, you'll go, this isn't really working for me the same way anymore, you know? Oh, 30, you started playing Magic in the last month and you're loving it. Nice, man. Have fun. Have fun. Playing Magic's awesome. Magic is one of the funnest games I've ever played. There's been a reason, there's actually multiple reasons, that I've stuck with it for so long. These are the reasons as well that I lament about the story and things like that becoming so abysmal, because I love Magic and I want to engage with it on every level. And as somebody who loves it more than they should, I want to know that Magic's going to continue on and be good in the future. And the way they're doing things doesn't instill me with that confidence. So On one hand, you can call me unreasonable and say, well, you can't, like, sure, you want it to stick around, but you can't make sure that it sticks around. And it's like, that's true, but that's not going to change how I feel and what I want and what I hope for. And so the things that I like, I'm going to say, yeah, that's awesome. That's cool. More of that, please. And the things that I don't like, I'm going to say, this isn't good. This needs to change. All with an eye on getting to play Magic forever. I'd like Magic to just be around for the rest of my life with no problems, please. That'd be awesome. So it's a big ask. It's already been around for decades. It is a big ask, but that's where I'm coming from. If I ever start to hate Magic, then I'll just leave. There's like, life is fucking short, man. Life is short. I've lost a lot of people and I've done a lot of reflecting on things. And I'm just like, you know what? It's not worth spending your time on things that you don't enjoy. Like, it's not worth wasting the passion and part of your life on it, you know? Like, you only have so much time to spend on your hobbies, things you enjoy and whatever. So it's important that that is actually used in a way you genuinely enjoy. It doesn't matter what it is. It matters that you're getting genuine enjoyment from it. If you have fun flipping matchbooks up into a pile, cool, have fun. I mean, don't start a fire accident in your home, but, you know, have fun with it. Who cares? It doesn't need to be some crazy epic thing. It's whatever brings you joy. You got your one existence, so have fun with it, right? Ty Kaler Super Chat says, why doesn't Wizards buy themselves out of Hasbro so they can make what they want without getting stuff shoved down their throats? Well, Ty, first of all, thanks for the Super Chat. Secondly, that is a frequent question that people ask. And the reason that people ask it is because they don't understand the way that the corporate structure works. Because you think to yourself, well, Hasbro's a company that's not making enough money and they keep taking all this money from Wizards. So why doesn't Wizards just go, peace, I'm out, bro? But it doesn't work that way because Hasbro owns Wizards of the Coast, which means Hasbro owns all of Wizards of the Coast's money. Wizards of the Coast isn't like an independent individual that just happens to be like, I'm in a bad contract with Hasbro or whatever. They are the property of Hasbro. So Hasbro gets to dictate what happens with all of the profits that Wizards of the Coast makes. They get to call all of the shots, decide who's in charge over at Wizards, all of it. So they own it like property. The way that you own a pen, they own Wizards of the Coast. And they've literally like turned them into a full-on division of Hasbro now. So like you'll have the corporate structure where you'll have the main corporation like Hasbro, and it'll own a bunch of different under corporations that are meant to produce different games and stuff like that. Most of them don't matter. They get used and used up, tossed aside like it doesn't matter. But Wizards was so important that it has become part of the main Hasbro structure. It is like integrated full on in now. So there is like you can't see the differentiation from where Hasbro starts and ends and like from where Wizard starts connecting there. Like from where Hasbro ends and Wizard starts, you can't really tell anymore. So they don't legally have the ability to do that. You can't that's Hasbro's money. So it's not like being an indentured servant where, oh, I work and then I can buy my freedom by paying you. It's like you don't have any money. That's how it works. Wizards doesn't have any money. That's Hasbro's money. So it's literally impossible for Wizards to gain their own freedom. The only way for Wizards to not be a part of Hasbro is for it to be spun off into its own separate company, but that has to be done at the will of Hasbro. So only Hasbro can choose to pull it out and go, you're your own thing now. You're no longer part of our corporate structure. You're a free entity. And that would only happen under the direst of circumstances because Hasbro desperately needs Wizards of the Coast, you know? Pick, it's not unreasonable to accept that Hasbro has Magic on a non-sustainable path. They're a company that's always going to put profits before any one brand they control. Exactly. Hasbro is paying too much attention to Wizards and needs too much money from Wizards. So as a result, you don't have any kind of leeway on their part to try and figure out, oh, how do we get some more breathing room? How do we make things better? Like, they can't make things better for us because Hasbro just won't let them. They have to, any improvement that could be made is all just, how do we make this cheaper? How do we charge more for it? How do we make it cheaper? Ty, yeah. There's no getting around the SpongeBob Secret Lair stuff. Unfortunately, it's the nature of the corporate beast. So there is no Wizards runs off into the night going, I return to my true roots. The only way we go back to the more traditional style Magic the Gathering is for all of this Universe Beyond stuff to basically flop out. And it's going to take time if that's going to happen. So any kind of return to what the flavor used to be would take years. And it's probably not going to happen. We're probably going to see an acceleration of Universe Beyond because I want you to compare the idea of Aether Drift to all the Final Fantasies. Just think about that for a second. What's better? What's better? The entire Final Fantasy franchise or Wizards of the Coast's Magic the Gathering car vroom vroom beep beep set? What's better? A vroom vroom beep beep car set or fucking Spider-Man? What's better? Vroom vroom beep beep made by Wizards store brand generic version or Avatar The Last Airbender? Which of those is better? Which of those is better? Which of those is going to create more excitement? Which of those is going to sell more? The answer each time is not vroom vroom beep beep. The answer is the other set. All of those are Universe Beyonds. So they're going to look at it and go, we made our own world, we made our own sets, and they're not selling as much. People love the Universe Beyond stuff more. But it's like if you sold two things. One was like, oh, check it out. We sell frozen pizzas made by McCain's. So we've got those. And then we have our own pizza in a box. But like the McCain's pizza is pepperoni, and Wizards homemade pizza they've made in shop has literal human dump logs on it as sausage. They call it premium sausage pizza, but it's literal human turds on a pizza that doesn't even really have any mozzarella on it. And then they just turn around and they go, okay, it's a fact that nobody likes pizza made by us at all in any capacity ever, even though we used to make pepperoni pizza and people bought it and ate it and loved it when it had pepperoni, and we're now selling dump pizzas. But from our market research, McCain pizzas are better than our in-house pizza. So we just got to sell those pizzas from now on. That's what we're all about. We are now about that. Like, that's the level of it. Now, of course, you're going to take a store brand like frozen pizza over one with no cheese and human dumps on it. Like, that's the deal. That's the deal. Hugh, it almost seems like they created weaker in-universe sets to better sell the external world sets. I wish it was as conspiratorially minded as that, where it was like, oh, it's actually a secret plan to like railroad us into thinking Universe Beyond is better. Why would they want to design 3 sets to be bad or fail to make Universe Beyond look better? They want money from everything. That's not the case. They thought we were going to lap this up. They thought we were going to be like, oh yeah, vroom, vroom, beep, beep, baby. You know, like, that's it. These are the same guys who thought we were going to love Magic 30 at a grand a box, bro. At a G a box, son. So, yeah, I don't believe in the whole they're trying to make the other sets shitty. I believe they think that it's going to be good because they're clueless. Spurl, have I ever had maple syrup flavored bourbon? I have not. I have not. Thompson, what's going on, bro? Ty, see, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work, man. I don't know if they do have to go back to trying to build their own worlds more because the outer IPs aren't working. They're going to already have, like, driven off a lot of people. How many are going to come back? You know, like, a lot of the long-term and franchise players are having their love kind of worn down slowly, you know? Cranky, you like a lot of Kaladesh and Amonkhet stuff, so you'll suffer a racing set to more cards. You get more cards from those planes with like roads and stuff on them. Yeah, exactly, Millmaster. Rosewater's already trying to hedge and say, we know these kind of sets aren't that popular, but just hold on. We gotta be like Wilson Phillips. Hold on for one more year. Uber, yep, you could easily end up finding a new TCG to spend your time on. I mean, Magic's got a ridiculous identity crisis right now. TCG, dude, hopes are high for Magic in 2025. Oh, wait, that's just me. Never mind. Oh, okay, it's you who's high, not the hopes. Beep, beep, we're going to pick your mom up and we're going to do donuts out in the parking lot. You ready? We're going down to the fucking 7-Eleven and hanging out in the parking lot. Oh, smoking reefer in the parking lot of the 7-Eleven. Wait, is that the name of the magic spell you cast? Yeah. Oh, okay. I cast sugar in the gas tank. I put a potato in your tailpipe, buddy. Ho, ho, ho. I know you like it in your tailpipe. You got tater hold, boy. Yeah, it's only 1.5 to 2 years, Millmaster. Well, what's wrong with that? Is there going to be a lot, Viashino? Lot Wizard. A bunch of the names are so on the nose, man. Pick, yep. Other games are benefiting from Magic's putting their foot in the wrong there. I feel you on that. Lorcana, Flesh and Blood, Grand Archive, yep. Mining, you like the Foundation set as a new player? Yeah, Foundations, honestly, it has like the traditional Magic flavor to it. I like it. I like Foundations a lot. And I feel like Foundations is the only Magic-esque set we're going to be getting for a while, right? Taylor, yep, voting with your dollar. That is definitely something that Wizards of the Coast pays attention to. They care the most if you're spending money on stuff or not. Words don't matter to Wizards nearly as much as your dollars do. Ty, you didn't want to have anything to do with Magic, and then your friend forced you to play, and now here you are. Now you're ankle deep in it, buddy. Maybe even knee deep. Playing a game of drop the tokens, apparently. TCG dude lurking outside the 7-Eleven. Is there a magic creature with power and toughness 7-Eleven? I feel like there is, but I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. Taylor, love my stuff. Well, thanks, buddy. Foundations in Bloomborough. Yep. I like Foundations in Bloomborough. Absolutely. There is a lot of filler these days, true. And we definitely do have our cubes. The cube is the last safe haven that Wizards really can't mess with that much. Uber, you think that they can't make new cards forever? I feel like they could. I feel like they could go on for a really long time, honestly. So much of what already exists is just reinventions of itself anyways, so absolutely. Christ, if you cast a rogue intervention, can you prevent Wizards from doing stupid things targeting the lore? It's too late, man. It's too late. They already resolved it. It's already resolved. There's no way to stop it. Can't even stifle the come into play triggers, bro. It's too late. It's too late. Cranky, careful, man, careful. We might be going back to Lorwyn, but will it be Lorwyn, right? We went back to Kamigawa. It wasn't Kamigawa. They changed it into Future Gawa. So I'm skeptical of anything now. Like, Lorwyn could just be whatever they wanted. Like, we're doing a 90210 crossover. Now, like, Lorwyn is the boy band crossover set. Well, Sparkles, if you liked Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, that's fine. But for me, I didn't like it. It felt weird. I didn't like the fact that they clearly just wanted to do a, cyberpunk set, and they didn't have the faith or ability to design a world for that. So they just went, oh, it's Kamigawa in the future now, and it's got a bunch of stuff modern and cool, huh? Yeah, future. It's like, okay, whatever. This is stupid. So I didn't like it. Supercharged, you started playing Magic in 93 and it makes you sad to see how it's ended up. Well, the sadness is understandable. Blue Cat's quitting Magic is like scooping pussies. Well, you know what? I got no problem. If somebody says they want to quit Magic because they're not enjoying it anymore, it's your hobby that you do for fun. So you should quit hobbies that you do for fun that aren't fun anymore. That's the whole point. It's not like a relationship that you need to stay with and work out. It's a game you play. If you're not having fun playing a game anymore because it doesn't work for you the same way, it doesn't make any sense. You stopping? Yup. Exactly. Consulate Dreadnought, Inkwell Leviathan, Sponsire of Ulamog, coming in at 7-Elevens. Tannhauser coming with the info. Sparkle, see, I can get into Cyberpunk for sure. And I've played games like Shadowrun and stuff. It's Cyberpunk in Magic the Gathering. That's the problem. You know, it's like if you had a Cyberpunk world that you really loved, and then it was like, well, actually, we're doing a strawberry shortcake crossover. And then somebody else came along and was like, I love strawberry shortcake. So you should be cool with the fact that strawberry shortcake showed up in your Cyberpunk world and was not like a Cyberpunk version. It's straight up like, no, everything turned into strawberry shortcake-esque stuff now. It's like, what the hell? You know? Uber, you think the whole idea of what fantasy means is changing? No, high fantasy still very much exists. Lord of the Rings and stuff. Like, the Lord of the Rings show isn't desperately putting in fucking mobile phones and race cars and stuff, right? Game of Thrones, the thing that, like, kicked off this huge series of all this fantasy stuff. I absolutely don't think that... I don't think that there's a changing of it. This specifically has to do with Wizards of the Coast and a loss of faith in their own capabilities and a desire for lazy, easy, short-term money. Yo, 150 years from now, people may not be around, but Magic cards will be kicking around somewhere. When I say I want Magic to stick around, Juggum, I don't mean I want Magic cards to physically exist. I mean, I want there to be people playing Magic and me to be playing Magic with them. You see, that's what I mean. Are there cars or spaceships in D&D? D&D had Spelljammers, which were kind of like spaceships. It wasn't really my thing, but no cars. Necro, demand that their audience continue to expand. Yep, audience profits expanding. Absolutely. Absolutely. Pandering to new players rather than doing what they did well. Yep. They're reaching for new audiences. They're throwing just things in all kinds of directions to see what happens. And it really is diluting the essence of what Magic is. Jess, yeah, they could get to the point where, like, if they get virtual reality good enough, you could see people playing, like, VR Magic. Yep. Had to prove to a friend that Spider-Man's going to be standard legal. Yeah, I mean, it's confusing when you hear about it, right? Supercharged, yep. There are a lot of high fantasy franchises that would fit well into the Magic universe that they could cross over with, but obviously they're only interested in what they think is going to get. Like, yo, what are people going to buy right now? What's hot? What's going on? Like, for real. They're one step from stuff like Taylor Swift Secret Layers. It's a weird time for Magic. It absolutely is. Spider-Man dies to a death touch snake? Well, I mean, that just sounds like... I mean, in real world Earth, or Spider-Man Earth, if he get bit by a venomous snake or whatever, he gonna die. You know? So that just feels accurate. Dragonlance. Wizards doesn't really even have any faith in Dragonlance. They tried to just basically deep six the last few Dragonlance novels. There's stuff in in the original Dragonlance novels that people now might find disagreeable, and we don't want to make these books and do all that. So yeah, Wizards doesn't really view Dragonlance as something they want to mess with right now, which is too bad because I really like Dragonlance. I remember reading the old what is it, like Dragons of Autumn Twilight, those original Dragonlance novels. They were great. Oh, what's this? Get a notification on my phone. I'm like, is it something exciting? And it's like, oh, it's a fucking electricity bill. Oh, Christ, yeah, bro. I love Wild Pair. That card's fun. Necro, yeah, Rastlin would be dope, man. Yeah, exactly, Pick. It sucks. It sucks that Wizards of the Coast is, I mean, the people who write Dragonlance at Wizards aren't really friendly right now. Jacob, Magic's damaged its brand, sold its soul, forgot its story, and become Universe Beyond. Yeah. I mean, that doesn't feel far off the mark at all, buddy. It's true. It's true. Oh, there you go. Millmaster. Edible by all, palatable till none. A homogenized soup. It is such a bizarre thing to watch unfold. Magic's identity is just melting away. This is really going to be a transformative year for the game. I don't know. It's weird, man. It's weird. There's been a whole bunch of changes. I mean, obviously things like the pandemic accelerated changes in the world or just caused them all on their own, but things in the world of Magic feel a lot different than even a few years ago. Ty, you're not the Ugin they deserve. You're the bolus they need. making cheese bag t-shirts up in here. Juggling with all the universe beyonds when money talks, only a matter of time till Wizards joins us in the jug hunt. Well, considering the islands and stuff they're making, the islands and the butthole swamps and all of that. Yeah, it would be all right, man. Give us some big jugged ladies, yo. Where them fat titties at? Let me mount some of them. Supercharged, people just want the cards, man. And the reality, sad reality is, a lot of people don't care about the lore. Wizards never Wizards never managed to ensnare that many people with it to the point where they just don't care, right? They were like, yo, we're just gonna stop making lore altogether, and then they begrudgingly made like, all right, we'll do some paragraphs, you know. So it's too bad because Magic's awesome and they could do so much with a property like this. It's like literal realms of imagination, and yet here we are. Blue Cats, there was a beaver mountain Thunderjunk. That's true. That's true. I didn't even think about that. You can mount a beaver. If you mount it, it gives you +1/+1. If you saddle it. Look at my little. I've got 2 different magic back pins of 2 different sizes. This one's like the nicer looking one. This one's a little nicer. But they're both cool. Christ, yeah, there's that too. There's the fact that they the story choices that they make are based on a bunch of exterior, like real world nonsense things half the time. Hugh, am I collecting a set of pins? I mean, I have a bunch of pins. I like pins. I collect pins, but I don't have like some of them come in sets. I collect all 8 of the MagicCon Vegas pin set or whatever. I don't have any specific subset of pin collections like that. I just have like cool pins. Supercharge, you found one of your old Alpha Starter deck rule books and it made you sad you didn't have the box unopened again. But doesn't that just make you sad you don't have more money? Isn't that what that turns into? Like, if you had the deck still sealed, then would you have the memories that you had of playing the game? And does it just turn into, wish I still had this sealed so I could sell it? Well, then you wouldn't have it. You would just have the money, right? A lot of the, I wish I still had my stuff back from then, really just when you boil down to the roots of it, turns into, man, I wish I had a nice big chunk of extra money. And me too, bro. Me too. Extra money is always welcome, you know? I'm with you, Christ. I like money. I use it. I use it in my day-to-day existence. Juglum, you like the I'd tap that pin? Yeah, it's fun. Pick, yep, the Garth Arena story was good. It was enjoyable. It was enjoyable. Yeah, Supercharged. See, that's it. And you don't even think about it at first, but when you realize it's not even a matter of, it's like, man, I wish that I knew back then these things would be valuable so that I could have made different decisions that led to me being in a better situation financially. It's like, that is a very common theme. That is a shared experience across a lot of Magic players. Every once in a while, I just think to myself, when I see the price of dual lands now, and people are like, I paid $400 for a dual land. And I'm like, I remember having boxes like these just stacked to the brim with dual lands that I carried around in my pocket to just facilitate trades. Like, bop, 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 bop. Here, I'll throw in 4 tundras. You know, like... Uber, you think it really boils down to I wish I was young again? I think it depends. I think it depends on like, if you wish that you had the cards because they're too expensive now to have, or if it has something to do with specifically owning the cards, then yeah, I could see how it turns into the like youth nostalgia, I wish I was still young kind of thing. I see that, right? But if you just wish that you had this stuff because it's worth a bunch of money and you know that you'd sell it now, that to me isn't you wish you were young. It's I wish I fucking had more money now, right? Yeah, exactly, Shelly. I wish I had bought Stock X in 1995. It turns into that. If you would know, like, I wish I had realized what a great opportunity this was, and I feel like I missed out because of it, but you don't know. You don't know where it would have led you and what your life would have turned out. You could have easily made a different decision that led to you making $100 more, but ruined your life. Do you know what I mean? I have $100 more than I did, and I made this decision, and it put me in this situation, and something regrettable happened, and now my life is ruined. Supercharged. Your best memories are getting a $5 alpha beta starter, opening it, playing no sleeves on a wood table. Well, you wouldn't have those memories if you still had the fucking thing sealed, would you? You'd just have a box of a game you never played sitting on a shelf. And how many games that you get and that you never play can you really connect with? The answer is none. What up, X? Hugh, you wish you knew to buy dual lands. Why not you wish you knew to fucking just buy like other financial investments that would do even better? Pick, you wish things felt like they were on a good path even if it was something you were not into. Like, I feel you on that. I'm not like Aether Drift is the worst because I personally hate it aesthetically. Like, it's just too much of a divergence from what Magic is, and I don't feel like it's good for the game overall. It's not just these need to be exactly what I want them to be, you know? Jacob, you wouldn't want Hasbro to buy Games Workshop because their attitude on lore would be, I mean, first of all, I don't even know if it's financially possible, but if it was, their attitude towards stories and lore is very poor. I would not expect anything good from that, you know? They might be able to mine the pre-existing lore to make funky cards and stuff, but that would be the end of anything new or interesting from them because that's what it feels like. Uber, yeah, I could have got Bitcoin years ago. Yep, lots of things. Lots of different opportunities. You could have, in more recent times, you could have got in on the whole GameStop blow up, right? Down, no, I haven't seen that movie. Supercharged, I don't know. I have a hard time believing that any other like digital coin will become the next Bitcoin. It feels like Bitcoin is the most legitimized, and I use that very loosely, legitimized of the digital currency, with things like Ethereum coming up second, and then there's like a steep fall off with nothing else really mattering. But that's coming from somebody who is skeptical of cryptos and has had very little experience with it. There was a point where crypto was booming and some people would give me super chats in crypto. So I did dabble with a little bit of crypto, but I'm not pretending to have any real knowledge on it. Dow, can't say that I do know what it is off the top of my head, no. The name does sound familiar. Spurl, I've seen all the Tremors movies. Yep. Uber, you think next along the lines of what the next big thing is? The next big thing is going to be the integration of man and machine, bro. People accessing the internet from their brain. Think about how fast you can do computing and everything like that. Imagine computers hooked up to your fucking subconscious. Because you're not consciously aware of everything that you're doing, right? Almost everything that's going on with you right now is subconscious. Hell, your subconscious is what is fucking telling you what to type to me right here, right? You're not actively sitting there and consciously picking out all the words and what you want to talk about and how you're reacting to me. So computing, like hooked directly into the subconscious brain, is going to be the next unfathomable aspect of humanity. Things are going to get beautiful and freakish. Teferi, oh, you're going to get wrecked, buddy. Valgavoth, 9-9 lifelink, get some. Habanero, you wish you built the hot tub time machine so you go back to the 80s and invest in Lugal. Mining, will MSRP help with not being able to get stuff going forward? No, because MSRP is only what the stuff is supposed to go for when it first releases, not for all time. So secondary sellers are never going to honor MSRP. And in fact, distributors even, basically what a distributor does, if they think it's a really good product, they'll only sell part of their allocation. And they'll go, okay, look, we got sent 1,000 boxes of this set, but this set is bangers. So we're going to take 30%. We're going to take 300 of those boxes. We're going to set them aside and not sell them. So we're going to say we only have 700 boxes. We're going to sell those. Then, after this product's been gone for long enough, we're going to reintroduce these boxes at a higher price. So, no. There's no getting around it. Fisher Super Chat says, buying digital currency feels like tipping a virtual stripper. Just no satisfaction. Yeah, I've never bought a digital currency. I've just been like super chatted in it. And then also I was on the one streaming platform for maybe a month, and they were paying me via PayPal at first, and then they had problems where PayPal wasn't processing their payments. So then they switched over to paying in Bitcoin and stuff. So they paid me in Bitcoin, which I found to be horrendous. I did not want anything to do with it. And so I just like left it. That actually really worked out for me from the perspective of they paid me in Bitcoin. I had it in the Bitcoin wallet, and I'm like, I don't even know how the fuck to turn this into actual money in my account right now. I'm just going to leave it. I'm just not going to deal with it. I don't care. It wasn't a big amount of money. It was not a big amount of money. And so I just left it. I was like, okay, I'll just like, it'll be there and whatever. And then Bitcoin spiked to like 10 times the value it was. And I went, oh, wait, you mean that shit that I left there is now worth 10 times as much money? I got to figure out how to take this shit out. Now we're talking hundreds of dollars, you know? So it's like, okay, all right. But it's all just craziness to me. Is quantum computing more than just a startup buzzword yet? It doesn't sound to me like they've made like substantial moves forwards, which isn't surprising considering how insane a concept this quantum entanglement is, right? All of it. It's wild. It's wild. It's a movie from the early 2000s with Shia LaBeouf where they dig holes at a reform camp for troubled kids. They want to remake it with an all-female cast, and the movie's called Holes. That really... That's funny. Mining, the MSRP thing is like, they just brought it back. They had it for most of Magic's history, and then they got rid of it for about 4 or 5 years. But MSRP literally just stands for manufacturer's suggested retail price. There's no legal binding to it. No store is required to sell for that price. It's just we make it, here's how much we think you should sell it for. That's it. So MSRP is, it's not really going to affect much in your existence overall. MSRP is just an easier way to see, like, oh, look, the MSRP for this set is double. That's why the stores are charging double. So it'll help game stores show, look, Wizards charges more for this product. But ultimately, it's not going to help you pick up boxes cheaper later down the road when they're all in the hands of people who are speculating trying to sell them for more. Chess man, I'm going to say 2 things. 1, I really hope that this shit with your crypto works out for you. 2, I think that there is 0 chance on earth this is going to work out for you. Everybody has this shit locked in, and it's just going to be a fucking race to the bottom for the people who actually want to fucking sell out and get anything out of it. I'm guessing by the time you're allowed to actually sell your stuff, it will all be worth like 0.00000 fraction of a penny, and you'll be sat there at the end of the day looking at 75 cents if you're lucky to get somebody enough to pay it, right? I don't know, obviously. Nobody can say the future for sure, and like I said, I hope it goes the other way for you. I hope that you fucking end up rich, bro. But I don't believe that you will, right? So I'm not going to pretend. Fisher, you are Lord of the Board. You are. Let me change that. Let me change that. Thanks for pointing it out. Because I clearly am not doing a good job of keeping track of that. It's like, I went out of my way to fucking be Lord of the Board and put that amount there. And you're not even going to put me up? I am. I am. There you go, buddy. Yeah, they would never do arena with like trading cards and all that kind of stuff. They would never do it. The whole economy doesn't work. Just the blockchain isn't even running yet. See, you can't trust anything until it's like open and being used or whatever. It's all just imaginary bullshit. And you shouldn't get excited or think about it because it's all just, there's no logical reason to think that it's going to be worth anything. Literally. Fellers, yeah, like cryptos, the rug pulls are everywhere. Everywhere. Fisher, that's right. Old wizards can be forgetful. Indeed. Indeed. See, all crypto seems like dodgy as hell to me, man. Dodgy. It seems like crypto is just about making money off of suckers. You know what I mean? That's really it's barely seen any use in legitimate ways, which makes you just go, okay. No, leave me out of it. All the crypto, NFT, all these techno thingamabobbers where it's like, buy it, it's worth money. Why is it worth money? Just it is. Shut up. We say so. Oh, I'm going to sell it. Oh, you can't. It's not worth anything now. You look at like a lottery off of suckers. So, Jess, you're just hoping that there will be some suckers in there and that you can get some money out before the scam falls apart. Well, that honestly comes across as a more realistic plan than actively expecting it to turn into anything. Juggling digital currency is straight pirate money. Oh, yo ho ho, and a bottle of cash, bro. Dow, I don't know, man. Crypto feels like way more dicey than what's an Enron and which one's a Google. It's like it's almost like they're all Enrons, and you're just waiting for them to be found out. Oh, JT, you're getting back into Magic. Gonna play Commander LGS for the first time, and you got your Captain America Secret Lair. What else should you buy to get equipment? I would say straight up, just go on to like a single site or whatever and look at all the different equipments and just order individual singles that have like that are the equipment that you want, because there's not like a particular go buy this one set or this one box and you'll get like all this awesome equipment to go with it. So I would say just go singles hunting, bro. Fisher, you started to see if your rats on wheels can generate power. Oh, are you going to use that to mine crypto? Are you going to have rat-powered crypto mining? Shit, this is the future, boys. Nah, Magic the Gathering isn't crypto, because Magic the Gathering is a card game that happened to have a secondary market grow up around it and whatever. It's a game that has been commoditized. It most assuredly is not crypto. Millmaster, yeah, Enron. That Enron thing was huge. It was huge. Going back in time, knowing all that stuff, you'd make way more money playing the stock market than just having some old Magic cards you kept kicking around. It's because of resistance to allowing crypto to be used as currency. Well, I mean, it's just like you hear the shit. Why would you want to use it as a currency? Like right now, you have a monetary system that's run by banks. Is it the best system? Obviously, it's not fucking perfect. But they go, oh, the blockchain. The blockchain is perfect and all this stuff. Really? What about the Bitcoin fork? There's like 2 fucking kinds of Bitcoin. If there's a problem with the chain, then everybody just gets together and goes, what are we going to do? Are we forking the currency? Like, this is not the perfect solution that it's handed out to be, right? So I don't know, man. I don't feel like crypto is anywhere near ready to be a usable thing as part of regular everyday society. We're not there yet. We're not there. The first exchange for Bitcoin was a converted Magic trading site. Oh, MTG Ox or whatever. Was that the first Bitcoin one, man? That's right, Tannhauser. If the power goes off, your crypto don't mean nothing. when it's like, oh, there's nothing back that, your Magic card still exists. Uber, it also wastes a ton of electricity. So do my streams. So fuck that. I ain't gonna rail against anything for using a lot of electricity. So do I. Do you know how much power it takes to broadcast me out into the fucking universe for you all to see? You know how much power everybody's using watching this right now? You know how much electricity my powerful voice consumes? Many kilowatt hours. Many. I kill kilowatt hours. Jess, the money you send me is digital. That's right. And I take it out and I turn it into fucking physical coins, bro. I turn it into fucking toonies. And then I take these toonies and I stick them down my pants. And I feel that cool, cold metal on my ball bag. Sometimes when I'm feeling really saucy, I go and put a stack out in the winter cold. And then I put them down there. And then I see how many cold toonies I can place on my ball bag before I start to see through the fucking veil and God starts beckoning me. And it's like, go into the light. So yeah, I turned that digital into physical, son. Fellers, the Silk Road was a place where people used crypto to buy illegal things. And I didn't know about the Silk Road until a kid that I was going to college with literally just showed it to me. It's like, you can buy all kinds of drugs and stuff on here. And like my response in my head was just like, so you buy drugs on a fucking website where everything can be tracked? And you think this is slick and safe because you have to know how to get to the website? Okay. All right. Okay then. Millmaster, that's right. I personally fondle each dollar donated. Every single one of your dollars will caress my ball bag in glory. I do a squat drop over it all. I squat over it. I rest my sack on piles of toonies like a dragon over his hoard. Sometimes I make Carly paint me red. And then so that I look like a red dragon. Blue Cats, that's right. Only in toonies, though. That's how it's go. 2 balls, $2. Aaron, you ain't wrong about Commander being the new top thing. Wizards clearly decreed that, bro. Mailmaster, start off swamp and end up forest. Bump, bump, bump. Chim, you always wondered how that red paint ended up on the edges of coins. Now you know. Now you know. Dragonification. Because I've been dragging them red balls across the coins. All right, my friends. Thanks for coming and hanging out. It's been nice spending time with you. We will get back together again soon. But for now, I depart to go and squat over my toonies. Hold on, let me grab them. I'm going to need them. All right. Here we go. Here we go. I'm going to warm these ones up. It's going to be a warm sackening tonight.